Another banger of a game. It's in the conference that we know and love and is near and dear to our hearts. How about the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets taking down Clemson? Bobby Dodd Stadium was rocking down in Atlanta. What a scene. They did the whiteout game.
Mhm.
This was a terrific game. I enjoyed watching every single snap of this football game. Georgia Tech, you can't say enough about what Brent Key has done, how much Haynes King carries the load for that team. There's a lot of talent on that offense, though, like obviously Jamal Haynes and all of the different things that he can do in that offense. And then Georgia Tech physically in the trenches on both lines of scrimmage, offensively and defensively. I seriously think they've built a roster that can contend with some of the big boys. And they showed that against Clemson because Clemson's built that way. Clemson's offense has some serious issues. And I know they're without Antonio Williams, but I just think Cade Klubnik is not the guy we thought he was going to be coming into this season. And Clemson's in big trouble, man. Like serious trouble of even missing the ACC championship opportunity. It is do or die right now in Death Valley. You cannot lose another game essentially at this point. And then for Georgia Tech, I picked them to go to the playoff. Right now, they're in a slew of Miami, Florida State, and Georgia Tech as far as duking out the top of the ACC. I thought Louisville would have a chance to be there. I no longer think that watching them play for 3 weeks.
Agreed.
I think it's kind of a 3-horse race right now. And who knows? Clemson could run the table and be back in that conversation, but Georgia Tech's going to have the tiebreaker now. I mean, this was a huge game. We had circled it, week 3, Georgia Tech and Clemson. And to Georgia Tech's credit, I don't think a lot of people were picking them to win the game, and they went out and did it.
Mm-hmm. I want to start by saying I also give a ton of credit to Georgia Tech. Like, they are so much fun to watch. Haynes King, we say it every week. His body is the wear and tear is red from head to toe. But dude, it works.
They got to stop running him 20. He's not going to make it to the middle of October if they run him 20 something times a game.
Yes. It's crazy. What else is crazy is that so often it's coming every time and you still can't stop it. It's crazy.
It's crazy too because they're not scrambles. These are designed runs.
Every time.
So
ton of credit to him and Aidan Birr. Ice cold. That kid is
Aaron Birr memes.
I know, yeah. It's a dot Birr, dude. That kid never.
If only there was like a dude named Hamilton on Clemson.
That would have been amazing.
The memes would have been nice.
But as much as I tip my cap to Brent Key and company, the story of this game is Clemson to me, man. I don't understand how a team that is so deep, is so talented, returns so much, and is on the surface so well coached, is so bad. Not just like, oh, they're not doing it. They're bad. They are bad. Let's call it how it is. They are bad. Cade Klubnik is bad. Adam Randall is bad. Like, Gideon Davidson is not a factor in any of these games. The only player worth a damn, respectfully, on that offense right now is Bryant Wesco Jr. And
he's the dog.
And he's the only reason why they were in that game.
Yep.
Because he makes this crazy play. Well, I think it might have been third down, but he makes that crazy play at the start of the second half to put Clemson in front. And we're like, shoot, that's the upset bid was fun while it lasted because it was 13-0 halfway through the second quarter. And now all of a sudden Clemson's got the lead. But no, they couldn't do anything the rest of the way. And Cade Klubnik, man, for a guy who is let's call him what it is, a 4-year starter who was a top 5 to 10 quarterback in his class, who has been there and done that and played on every stage in every stadium across the country and is a projected first-round pick. Dude, you are horrible to start this year right now. It makes no sense. What is the narrative being like dating back to last year for Klubnik? He's finally figuring it out.
Right.
It's like he's forgotten everything now. It's like you take algebra 2 and then you get to pre-calc and you forgot what you learned in algebra 2, so you got to repeat the class. He's like got to repeat 15 quarterback classes right now. He just does not. Clemson on so many levels is not is not just the team we expect them to be. They're not the team that they were. Like, it's the same team from the end of last year, and they are a fraction of as good as they were at the end of last year. It boggles my mind. I think their defense is still really good, obviously. That Georgia Tech team can line up and beat you. Like, we've seen them, like you said, go toe-to-toe in this game, but also you think back to the Georgia game last year. They can compete with the big dogs in the trenches. And I'm still a fan of their secondary. It's just their offense is just bafflingly bad to me right now, Gio. I know that sounds mean, but am I wrong? Like, tell me.
No. I agree with you. And I think I've always been a big believer in like supporting it with numbers. It's almost hard to support it with numbers other than the fact that they only threw it for 207 yards. Klubnik goes 15 to 26, 207 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They ran the ball effectively. I mean, they had 174 yards on the ground for 2 scores.
But they couldn't score.
Yeah.
Like they
couldn't
could
find their
not
way into the
score.
end zone.
I mean, they turned the ball over twice, I want to say.
They looked inept against LSU. And then they looked inept in the first half against Troy.
Yep.
And trailed at halftime by 2 possessions. It's not like you trailed by a field goal. You trailed Troy by 2 possessions at the break.
2 full possessions, 16 points. And then for most of this first half as well. I mean, yardage wise, it's different, right? Because one of those turnovers was deep in Georgia Tech's end, which, by the way, that should have been a touchdown for Georgia Tech. I don't know what Buddy was doing when he was just like running by his guy and ran past the guy he's supposed to block. He would have scored a touchdown on that play. So defenders, bro, keep your head up and block somebody. Don't look up and watch your guy run. Go make sure he's able to run. So,
right.
But you can like drive deep so many times. Ohio State had this problem on Saturday, but they didn't have any consequences because it was Ohio. They had like 250 yards in the first half and 13 points because every time they went to the red zone, they could not finish the drive.
Right.
It's not that Clemson just can't finish drives. They can't score at all.
Yeah.
They're missing kicks. Cade Klubnik is just not good situationally. Like they are so discombobulated. And it just, I know you said Antonio Williams is gone, but it's not like he's Julio Jones. Like they have lost every ability to effectively play offense for some reason. It just makes no sense.
Do you think, and we're going to have a preview, but do you think like it's over for Clemson? Do you think the mountain is a little steep to climb right now? Or do you think Georgia Tech slips up or Miami slips up or Florida State slips up? Someone's going to slip. But, I mean, you only have 1 ACC loss. Georgia Tech owns the tiebreaker. Like, there's still paths, no question.
Right.
I just don't see that offense propelling them to victories.
Exactly.
I think, call me insane. I think Syracuse has gone back-to-back weeks with over 400 yards through the air. I understand they played UConn and Colgate.
I was going to say, thank you.
I get that. I do get that. I think there's a shot they go in there and give them a fight. And Syracuse historically always goes to Death Valley and gives Clemson one of the better games of the year.
I will cross that bridge when we get there. But in terms of the long term, I don't think this is a playoff team. I don't think this is a playoff contender. I don't think they'll finish the year with 2 losses. There will be another one down the road.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they have to play Florida State later in the season. I don't see a team, to be quite frank with you, that's worth talking about until they prove that they're worth it again.
Yeah. It feels like 8-4, 9-3, which would be a massive disappointment compared to I had them going undefeated going into the playoff.
Me too. This is my preseason national champ, and they are awful. They are the worst watch in the sport right now. It's along with another Tiger team that I'm really fond of, by the way, that we'll talk about later. They're just a bad watch, and it's gotten to a point where I know people are joking about it online, but I'm dead serious. Like, Dabo is on a one-way ticket to sitting up with Nick Saban on College Game Day after this year. Like, these people are going to
come to Virginia Tech. Dabo to Blacksburg.
Dude, I don't even know if I want that, but
yeah.
I think the writing's on the wall. It's like you got to adapt or die. He hasn't adapted, and now it's led to the program's downfall. I don't see how there's much bouncing back from this.